Now I'm gonna ask you something that, if you really wanted to, you could go on like an hour discussion about this. But let's see if you can simplify it in a way that people can actually understand. Um, so when we're talking about like the basic idea of having a movable 2D model, what is it that goes into this without, going into the super complicated maths for doing the deforming? Like, give it like a general overview of like sort of what needs to be done to an image like this, what needs to be like how you need to have it set up to actually make this function.
I mean, I guess I could show Inochi Creator and just like that would probably be easier if I like
Sure,
visually
yeah.
show it. So I'm gonna just gonna move myself down here in the corner. It's probably gonna lag a bit. I'm also gonna move this off screen so you don't see that. I need to start Creator. One moment, I need to like get everything.
No,
I
no,
was not ready for
it's
this.
all good.
Uh,
Oh, let me just fix. Wait, let me
I
move.
hear my hard drive spin up.
If I maybe make this smaller, and then we can fit your entire thing in here. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now everything's being seen. Okay. My overlay is definitely not set up for doing demos like this, but it'll work. It'll be fine.
One moment, I will have to go to, I think it's focus scene. Let's see if weird stuff. Okay, there's nothing scuffed going on there. I'm gonna quickly move OBS over here. Also, I'm gonna minimize session because I forgot that I can minimize it because I made so it works even if it's minimized.
Ah, nice.
I'll load an example model here. Here
Sure.
we have Akka. This is one of the example models shipped with this. Uh, so if I just right click the head, here we have a mesh. So basically, a model is made of nodes, and each node has their own like things they can do, as I talked about, like the scene graph stuff. So this is a part node. Everything it does is render something, and it has a mesh, and it can also be a mask because it's something that can be drawn. And the way this works, so like if I rotate the head, you can see like the mesh deform as I rotate it. So they're mapped to these parameters up here. And there's some specific nodes, for example, this one, which is a physics node. So whenever that moves, it will control something else to move. So like if I move the body, you'll see like the physics node like, kind of bounce around. That'll cause this for the Sunday here to like bounce around a bit. I can make it slightly more bouncy, I guess, if I.
If you can find
See,
it.
get should have added. Yeah, I've added so many things here. At least we have a. Oops. At least we have the ability to like. You can see like how it moves like that,
Okay.
and you can actually see the physics being applied to it there. So like the physics control another parameter.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, it's the ribbon up here that's controlled by the body moving. But yeah, that's like a quick overview of what goes into it. So like it's just moving, deforming, otherwise modifying things based on like these parameters up here. And then I map like face tracking to the parameters on my model. So whenever I move my head, it controls the x-axis x-axis of my head deformation. So yeah, that's a quick overview of this how this works. Live 2D is somewhat similar in that it has meshes, but they have like deformers and they can be stacked on top of each other and stuff.
Yep. So what
We
what
have
does that allow you to do that's different then?
basically, in Live 2D, you can't like make deformers additive, so you can't add multiple things together in a good way without like making them like multi-dimensional parameters. That's like 4D, 5D, whatever. Here you can basically just make a parameter and make two parameters control the same thing. So you can make things stack based on like different things that happen. I think the best way to explain that would be if I open another model I have. Archchan, sure, why not? You guys
Yeah.
know that if you follow Ravioli, I think they're called
Yeah, Ravioli's
on
great.
Twitter. Yeah, I need to. So for the mouth here, it'll look weird because it's meant to stack up in a specific way. But I can open the mouth. You can see like the teeth are not like following. And I have a jaw open, which also which makes the teeth and tongue follow with it. So these are actually controlled together. Because the jaw, when you open the jaw, you will also open your mouth.
Right.
So when your jaw is fully open, this will, well, except if you have your mouth closed like that.
Mm-hmm.
When you like have your mouth closed and like you open your jaw, like I can't do it here because my model is not set up to do it, but so basically I can stack it and like this actually also like deforms the entire face to like open down as well, because that happens when you like open your jaw.
Yep.
And we have like something that makes the pucker and widen for the mouth, and we can move the mouth left and right. And we can make it funnel, which doesn't look right here because usually you only funnel like this.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, this is like slightly more advanced rigging using Apple's AR kit. So
Yep.
you have like a few more features going on with it.
Yep.
And yeah, so this is just a quick overview of how that works, I guess.
Yeah, as I said, you could probably go into like way too much detail here and spend the entire time talking about this if you really wanted to,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, let's not do that. I'm gonna move myself back.
yeah, let me just fix my overlay as well. Make it like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's close.
I hope that was informative.
I definitely learned something. I don't know if I understood all of it, but I definitely learned something.
Yeah, but basically, you map textures to meshes, and you mess them up, and that makes it look kind of like 3D.
The whole deforming a 2D image that in a way that like doesn't break everything, just it's never made any sense to me, but you know, clearly it works somehow.
I mean, if you think about it, like when you draw a character like looking to the side like I am, I'm basically just copying the kind of like deformation you would have when you do that. When you're actually drawing it by hand. But I'm just doing it with like math and meshes instead of like drawing out every single facial like direction.
So basically just automating that sort of, if you're like, you know, draw it frame by frame, it's sort of automating that process in a way that can be done in a you know, live animation context.
Yes, basically. Because I mean, the thing with this technique is that it will introduce distortions to the textures. So if you look up closely, you can also see it on other VTubers, like big VTubers that has like very expensive rigs. That you'll still find distortions
models,
in their textures. Yeah, you'll still find distortions in them because texture mapping is hard, and GPUs don't do quad texture mapping anymore, which would reduce the distortion a bit.